Here then is my preparation for one of the most elaborate meals that I'm going to prepare out here at the hut at Camp Freedom 2. I actually took out my little table here, which we haven't seen in a while. We have the boneless country style ribs, which I'll be cutting up into chunks and dipping into the soy sauce here. And then we'll sprinkle some total seasoning on it once we get it on the skewer. The veggies, for those of you who keep insisting that I eat veggies, are right here. We do have some mushrooms, which I don't know if I'm going to cook the whole thing. Maybe I will. And we're going to skewer these pieces. We're not going to use all of them. And we're not going to use all the pork chops because I can't eat it all in one setting. However, I will cook it shortly after this to make some fried rice, some Thai fried rice. So we're going to make 2 meals out of all this. I do have the 12-inch skewers. These were like 88 cents from Walmart at the barbecue section. This pan we're not going to need. And my cheapo cutting board and my Hessler knife from my knife selling days. We have our grill. We're not going to use the rocket stove for this. We are going to use the grill though. And that means gathering fuel, which will mean going there. I have prepared the fire for the grill, and now it's going to be a matter of preparing the food before we set the fire, light the fire. The first thing I'm going to do in preparing the food is obviously to get the meat out. So we got our meat. I'm also going to add a little bit of soy sauce here. That's what I'm going to marinate the meat with. It's a very simple marinade. And we're going to go ahead and pop open our skewer sticks. We can get a couple skewers out here ready to go. Okay, I think maybe I'll make 3. That should be enough for me. Okay, we're also going to open up our veggies here, for those of you who are veggie lovers. And begin by cutting the meat. Got my little chunk of meat already. And I'm just going to cut it into like bite-sized slices. And take the second one here. Cut that as well. Another piece. And another piece. And one more. I think this will be enough. I think this is going to make a really big brunch for me. Probably even more than I can eat. Alright, the meat is cut. The veggies are already pre-cut for us. So all we have to do now is just put our meat into the soy sauce and dip them. Not really doing much other than just coating it with the soy sauce. I don't know if you can see that here, but we're just coating them. Alrighty. I guess ideally you're supposed to marinate this like overnight or something, but I don't care. We're going to go ahead and start loading up our skewer. They already have a pre-made skewer here with components that we can use. These are already pre-made, which is helpful. And I'm just going to go ahead and pull the components directly from there and start using them. I think for the end cap we're going to use pepper. So they already have a hole, but I'm not going to use their hole because their hole might make things fall through. So we're going to make a new hole. A slight angle here. Alright, got our end cap. Put on our meat. Doesn't that already look good? So let's take all this stuff out so we can use them as needed. So I think we're going to go like that. Then I think we're going to put in a little bit of onions. Doesn't that look good? And another piece of meat. Look how good that looks. And let's go with I guess it's zucchini or cucumber. It's a cucumber, I think. I think it's some kind of zucchini, isn't it? I don't know. And we'll go ahead and add some more meat. And a huge, giant mushroom. Doesn't that look good? Some more meat. This is so much meat. More onion. Those are the cicadas. I hope you can hear me over them. And of course more meat. Because we are meat lovers, right? I am, at least. Look at all this meat. Look at all that fat. I'm not trimming the fat because I actually like fat. And another piece of pepper. And more meat. And I think we're going to close it off with, you know what, I'm going to try the squash thingy. I think that's our first one. So I'm going to set this aside for now. Before I start cooking, I thought it might be worth pointing out that I don't leave meat sitting out. I took the pork that I had left, the 2 or 3 pieces of pork ribs that I had left, boneless ribs, and I simply just took it to a little blue 2 inside my cooler unit there, which has 2 cups of ice that I picked up for free from the gas station, and I use that to keep food chilled. I'll be using that pork chop here as soon as I finish eating and relaxing to cook up some Thai fried rice for tonight's dinner, which I'll pre-cook, or I might even cook it live, and cook it and eat it, because it tastes better freshly made than if you make it and let it sit for a couple hours. I think my cooler will keep it cool long enough that we can do that. Anyhow, we are going to go ahead and start the fire here in a moment. To help me with starting the fire, I am going to go ahead and use this paper towel right here. And use it as initial lighter to get the fire going. We'll see if this thing lights. Okay, get that part going. The frond leaves, these leaves, they actually burn pretty fast and pretty well. So they make really good kindling. Okay, we're going to go ahead and let the fire burn and see if we can get the fire going before we actually try to throw things on the grill. While the fire is burning and getting started, for our grill, I do try to take advantage of this time to do things like clean up a little bit. So I'm just going to clean up my knife and other components. For those who don't know, this is just simply a laundry detergent container that I cleaned out really well, and I use it to carry my water, not for drinking, but for cleaning and stuff, for washing. So you might have to let the air in a little bit sometimes, because when it lets the water out, see how it flows better now? It creates a vacuum, and then it doesn't want to flow. So rinsing this off, and I'll wipe it down really well. And let me go ahead and get this and just... Now stuff like this, which has chunks of meat and stuff in it, I don't want to dump around the camp. I'm going to dump it like far away from the camp so that animals that smell this stuff doesn't come to this side of the camp, because this is where our hut and everything is. So I tend to dump it far away. But I'll just go ahead and rinse this and dump it. Our fire is burning now. I mean, really, really burning. So I'm going to be putting the shish kebabs on the grill here, even with the flames still dancing up through, so it'll be flame kissed. And what I'm going to do is take this total seasoning. Can't even see it. Oh, here it is. I'm going to take the total seasoning here, which is the same as the Badia, and just sprinkle it all over my food. I'm going to take our shish kebab right here. Whoa, we're going to lose our food here. One of the things about trying to do with the tripod, you can see what's happening right now. But let me go ahead and sprinkle this on here to show you. So I'm just essentially sprinkling it all over everything. And that's why we put the soy sauce on the shish kebabs, just to kind of get it so the seasoning will stick to it. Otherwise there won't be too much flavor. Which some people might prefer, you know, but I kind of like the flavoring. And now it's just a matter of putting our shish kebabs on the grill. This is already falling apart. Put an end capper on here. Put a pepper end capper. And I think we're just going to lay it like this sideways. And we'll do another one here. Ah! Alright. And this one's already falling apart. Fix it here real quick. I do have, I'll leave those other pieces for making the fried rice. Alright, here then our shish kebab. I think I do need to add more fuel or something to get the flames to come back up, because it looks like it's kind of dying out a little bit. But we're going to go ahead and get the fire going. A little help. I'm just kind of moving it. My stick is burnt. So much for the kebab stick. This is a bit harder to control than the rocket stove. Rocket stove was a lot more controlled. So this is my first time cooking on this, so it's going to take a little while for me to get used to it and what I can do and what I have to do. You can see here that I have to, it's very hot. My skewer is totally burnt on this one. It's like our kebab's kind of falling apart. But it still looks delicious, doesn't it? Look at that food. It is pretty hot here. I make sure that the pork is fully cooked. Also to smoke. Flip this to get the other side to cook. Live and learn, right? Kebabs are cooking pretty well. I think our pepper here is flip it over here. on the side. I don't want to lose it. And I'm probably going to need a plate here soon to pull all the food out onto it. Smells so good. See, some of the meat here on this side looks like it's not getting cooked, so I'm gonna flip it over. The meat is exposed to the heat. Lost another piece of our cooked peppers here, which I don't want to lose. So I'm gonna, just lost a pepper. Oh well. Easy come, easy go. Good food. God, it's so good. So what are we learning? Well, I might want to cook it on one of those, you know, the plates that I had earlier where I set the kebabs, because they're kind of falling apart and falling in. And it looks like the meat itself can be rotated on the skewer. So that may be the way to rotate the meat. Versus trying to move the whole skewer. There's some meat that looks like it hasn't been cooked. I think this grill thing might have to be lowered or something. I have to or raised up. The flames may have to be raised up because the grill, the way it is right now, doesn't cook as well as the rocket stove. At least that's what I'm finding out. Onion. Good onion. So the grill unit's gonna have to be raised up the heat. Let me go work on that. I am taking some of the tiles that I found previously and using it to check up the flame source a little bit more and bring it closer to the food here, so it can hopefully cook better. So we got our flames a little bit closer. Actually, it looks like the meat's mostly cooked now. Well, I'm losing all my components here. Yep, definitely gonna need that pan. Take this zucchini thingy out. This stuff is so good. I think regardless of what you cook, it tastes so much better over an open flame like this. Everything tastes better. And here we have it. Our shish kebab on our new rocket stove / grill combo unit is now done. Doesn't that look so good? Look at that food. Good. I am going to go ahead and get my rice and then come start pulling shish kebabs off the grill. Fresh off the grill. Until next time, everybody, I hope you're eating well. Make sure you eat your veggies. Bon appetit, everybody.